Hey everybody, it's Friday the 13th, 2017, can't even talk. Thank you, and welcome to another live edition of Guns and Gadgets here on Facebook and YouTube. Gonna try to stay to a task tonight. There's some stuff that we all, as gun owners or sportsmen, need to know. I spent a vast majority of the day today speaking with senators and representatives, both here in Massachusetts and nationally. So today was a lot of talking, a lot of emailing, a lot of texting with some legislators. So I thought I'd bring you the news that I got from them, probably before anybody else has really heard it. Some of this stuff, this is coming right from the legislators just as they left the meetings this evening. So y'all are going to be the first ones to hear about it. So stick with me. I'll try to get through it as orderly as I can. Hey everybody, welcome. Best Daddy, I love you. Thank you so much. For everybody, I appreciate all of the support. If I didn't see your question while I'm doing these live streams, please don't take it personal. These things fly by faster than I can often pick them up, especially if I'm focused in what I'm about to tell you. I'll do my best. Keith, how we doing? How we doing, everybody? Steve, welcome. So before I get going on these bills, and there's some major ones federally they're trying to ram down our throats right now while nobody's paying attention, and also an update for those of us here in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. Alir, what's up, brother? First off, before I start, those of you who have been to the channel a long time, you know I am a veteran. Happy birthday, United States Navy. That's my branch. And to that, as a birthday present to the Navy and other veterans, I'm going to show you my iPad. It's a picture of a sales flyer that I'm challenging everybody watching this to do. This is from Ocean State Job Lot. I don't know how good it's going to come on the screen because of my lights, but you can see Ocean State Job Lot, and if you can see that, it says help a homeless veteran. And it says totes winter coats regularly priced $80 to $120. They will sell them to the public for $40, and they want you to give the jacket back to Job Lot, and then Job Lot will in turn give you a $40 gift card. So there's really no money out of your pocket. You give them $40. You're going to buy the coat. You're going to give the coat back. They're going to give you a $40 gift card, and then they're going to give that coat to a veteran. It doesn't get any better than that. Okay. We all know that the people who have defended us in generations past aren't always taken care of by our government. They need a winter coat. Winter is upon us, and this is probably the best way I've seen to do this. So go to your local Ocean State Job Lot. From now until October 18th, you purchase a totes winter jacket for $40, which is more than half off already. You give it right back to Job Lot. They'll give you a $40 gift card, and then they're going to give that coat to a veteran. And they're working with agencies to make sure they go to veterans. And they have 250,000 jackets that they've already committed to doing. So we just have to do our part. And to show you that I'm not just pulling your leg, you can see this receipt. I don't know how good it's going to show, but it says today's date, 10/13/2017, at 7:21 p.m., which was 8 minutes ago. I just bought two of them. I bought two jackets, gave them right back. They're going to two veterans. I'm challenging everybody watching this to do the same. Your local Ocean State Job Lot. Their website is oceanstatejoblot.com. You can find the closest store to you. With that said, on to why I'm here today and why I thought it would be better to come live than to record a video and publish it and all that stuff, okay? 3 bills federally came out. They're trying to ram stuff down our throats while we're being distracted with emotion. I'm sorry for these lights. Let me see if I can adjust that, because on one side it looks really bright. Try to kill it down a little bit here. All right. So everybody hit Job Lot, okay? So 3 bills they're trying to ram down our throat while nobody's paying attention. I'm going to go over them. I'll give you the bill number. You can see I have them with all kinds of notes because today has been busy. And I'll also, at the end of this, I'll update. What's up with my light? It's blinking. I'll update my my description to have direct links to these if you want to read them. I apologize, guys. Looks like my battery's on the fritz. But I can see people saying they're going to buy them. Thank you. They already had 40% off everything on the 10. Yeah, that ended last weekend. That was their 40th anniversary. job lot we're talking about. Thank you, everybody who's saying they're going to buy a jacket, a coat. It means a ton to me and every other veteran who's reading everything you're writing. Thank you. So here are the 3 bills I want to talk about, and you'll see why once I get to the text. So the first one is H.R. 4025. You can see the actual bill here that I kind of tore up with some notes, but this is the actual text of the bill. This is what is sitting in committee at this moment. It is a simple 2-page document. This man supports vets. Donate. Thank you. Thank you. So the bill number, most people don't realize or remember because there's so many numbers, but they always remember the title. And the title of this bill is going off of, quote, Multiple Firearms Sale Reporting Modernization Act of 2017. All right, and the long and the short of it, they're going to require gun dealers, should this pass, to report sales of 2 or more rifles to the same person in a 5-day period, and they want to report that to the ATF. So let's say you're purchasing, and it doesn't care what kind of rifle, so you're getting maybe a hunting rifle today, and payday is Tuesday, and you want to pick up one for your boy, or a second one to go on your trip, because 2 is 1 and 1 is none. So if you do that within 5 days, according to this law, they want to report you to the ATF as a dangerous person who needs to be watched by the government. Can anyone see my comment? I can right now. Heavy hand. Thank you. Like I said, I can't see him while I'm trying to pay attention and read. I apologize. So this is looking to screw us if you buy more than 1 rifle in a 5-day period. And so right now, this is hot off the press, this came out today, has 3 co-sponsors. All of them are Democrat, shocker. And one of the person who wrote it, Norma Torres, she's a Democrat out of California, who, if you live in California, you're going to say this already happens here, and I know that, but they're trying to make this formally nationwide. What moron is trying to get this ridiculous bill passed? Yeah, Norma Torres and a couple other dopes. Schneider, Engel, and Titus right now, and it's going to grow, believe me. It's 2 pages. I'm not going to bore you with all the verbiage, but Torres, the author of this bill, her quote in putting this out is the following. Our law enforcement agencies need to know if anyone is stocking up on AR-15s or AK-47s. That's what I think about that one. Let me make sure there's no notes that I wanted to say on it. No, that's it. That's pretty much enough on that one. So H.R. 4025, need to get out on that one, make the phone calls. That's federal, so call your congressmen and your senators and stuff like that, and get on them. Get on them. The next one. I thought this is what actually made me go live. I know you're probably sick of me going live 3 days in a row. I apologize, but I couldn't think of a faster way to get this info out. So please, if this bugs you, I apologize. HR 3962, 3962, Lindsay Smith. Thank you. And this one is a little more shocking, because yesterday, if you remember, we were talking about you can still buy ammo online here in Massachusetts, but a lot of the retailers in other states just stopped shipping here because of all of the stupid cockamamie stuff that happens here with our Attorney General. Well, this one's looking to stop that nationwide. HR 3962, the working title on this is Stop Online Ammunition Sales Act of 2017. It's looking to do just that, ban online ammunition sales. And when I pulled this bill in its entirety off of Congress's website, there were 29 co-sponsors. All of them were Democrat. Shocker. And Bonnie Watson, a Democrat out of New Jersey, is the author of this piece of work. Keep it up. We need this. Thank you. I appreciate it. And this is crazy. I got some notes on this one because this one is shocking. When you read it and you really drill down into the crux of it. This is going to require federally licensed ammunition dealers to directly confirm the identity of those people buying ammunition over the internet by verifying a photo ID in person. So if you live in Alaska and you're trying to order ammunition from Washington State, you need to somehow get in person and hand your ID to wherever you're buying them now, if this were to pass. Absolute bullshit. Also, that vendor has to report any individual sale over 1,000 rounds in a 5-day period. Okay, now, anybody who takes training classes, it's usually 2,000 round minimum. Guess what? Oop, you just got reported to the ATF as a possible terrorist. You buy a case or two of ammo, boom, you just got reported if this were to go through. Why not just give your ID to pickup? Because they don't want you to do that. Because it's not about the gun or the bullets, it's about control. And one of Bonnie Watson's quotes that got my face red was, let's see, this is introducing common sense legislation. There's nothing common sense about it. But if it's enacted, would reduce gun violence and the tragic impact it has on our communities. And this is very similar to a law already in the books in California that was approved by the voters last year. But what is so common sense about you can't buy anything online? What about the Commerce Clause? Like, you can't just regulate, whatever. But who's not going to get hurt? Like, what wingnut is hell-bent on causing a problem and driving a gun through a crowd, or driving a truck through a crowd, or shooting somebody for whatever reason because they lost their mind, but because they can't buy anything online, this is going to stop them? Really? Really? No, I don't think so. Great info, but how can they get away with this? Thinking about the Second Amendment. Because too many of us citizens are sheeple. That's how. We know they can't do it because we're the educated crew. I'm trying to get the word out so that more people will spread the word so we can educate more of us. But until the masses join and unite, try to stop them. They're just going to nip away, just like the frog that gets boiled in a pot. You slowly turn up the temperature over a period of time. It's crazy. 2 handguns a day report to ATF already. Yes, handguns, yes, but this is for rifles and shotguns. This is totally different. Yeah, I've bought 2 handguns a day a couple times. So yeah, this HR 3962, and again, Stop Online Ammunition Sales Act of 2017. Make the phone calls, send the tweets, show up in their offices, pen a letter, email them, text them. Crazy. The next one. We need to bring Lucille to visit these assways. Oh, Lucille. That season should be starting, Republicans control the House and we're still getting shafted. Yeah, because the Republicans are turning their backs on us. If you didn't watch yesterday's, there was 12 or 13 that I told everybody yesterday that turned their back on us. Actually, I still got the list right here. So yesterday was HR 3999. This is the rate increasing device bill, which was going to make it a 5-year penalty. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 Republicans that turned their backs on us. And actually, there were 2 more that were added. So there's 12. There are no more 2 parties, guys and gals. Well, there is. There's us and them. There's the citizens versus the elitists. And it's time to pull together as citizens. And violating oath of office. Yeah, they do it all the time. Keep buying ammo mags. Amen. All right, so the third one. Like I said, I'm going to try to stay on topic tonight. The third one is HR 4052. At the time of my research, it was so new that the text hadn't even gotten to Congress's website yet. But that didn't stop me. Made some phone calls. Representative Elizabeth Esty, E-S-T-Y, Esty, Democrat out of Connecticut. This is her piece of work. And this one, the working title is to prohibit, it didn't even have a working title, but it's going to ban magazines that hold more than 10 rounds, and the transfer and possession is also going to be illegal. This is nationwide. They're trying to try this nationwide. To prohibit the transfer and possession of large capacity ammunition feeding devices and for other purposes. And we all know there's no such thing as a large capacity unless you're buying like a beta mag, because everything else is a standard capacity because it comes with the damn weapon. This one is scary because it was so new that the text hadn't even hit the website yet. It had 85 co-sponsors already, guys and gals. 85. Okay, you saw that one had 3. That one had, I don't know, I forget what it was, 12 or something. 85 in like 2 hours. You need to pay attention to this. Pay attention. This is backed by the Brady campaign, so now you see where the money's coming from. And of the 85, all of them were Democrats. And virtually the entire delegation from Nevada has signed on, with the exception of one person who has the balls to stand up for freedom and the Constitution, and that is United States Representative Mark Emodi. He's from Reno and Carson City area. So if that's your rep, reach out and thank him, because he had some watermelons. And Etsy's quote on this piece of work, quote, "There is simply no good reason why sportsmen and sportswomen need more than 10 rounds in a magazine. No sportsman or sportswoman needs 30 rounds to kill a deer. It's shameful that we protect our deer better than we protect our people." Now, the Second Amendment, Miss Esty, was not written for deer hunting. It was not written for sportsmen. It was written so that we could keep our country free from tyrants like you. It's not about hunting. There were also some bills that have, There were also some bills that are being pushed out, like at the close of business, and I didn't even have a chance to get their number because they're so new. But they're looking to expand background checks, again, and smart guns. This one, Ed Markey, who's he's our vacant senator here, he doesn't even live in the state. This is what his was looking to do. All newly manufactured guns should have smart gun technology within 5 years. Older firearms must be retrofitted within 10 years. And he said he had made some quote about, "Stacy, thank you very much, appreciate it. Scheduled payments don't work for me. You are the reason I found out about Ohio." Thank you. I'm happy you found it here. Thank you, and I hope you spread the word for us all. Thank you very much. So he's looking to force the smart gun issue, and his comment was like, those people, and I'm paraphrasing, those people who are saying it's too soon to worry about gun control, well, it's too late for at least 59 people in Nevada. So right away, pulling at the heartstrings and going on emotion, because that's how they're going to get this shit done. It's crazy. All right, so that's the three that were like eye-opening stuff. Massachusetts update. HD, that's House Document 4266. That was the bump stock ban that we talked about 2 days ago that was forced through. It passed 151-3 in the Massachusetts House. And then last night, the Senate voted on it 33-0. It passed 33-0. It was tweaked. I spent a lot of time talking to my representative and my state senator. We've been texting back and forth and calling back and forth today. It's been a productive day for me getting information for you, but I wasn't happy, and they both know it, and I told them. So Massachusetts, there's 160 total state representatives, 151-3, so that's 154 people. 6 didn't vote. Mine wasn't one of them. Mine's a shooter and a hunter, and he voted for this. The state Senate, there's 40 total, 33-0 it passed, 7 didn't vote. Mine voted. He's a shooter too. So I definitely let them know that I didn't agree with them, and that my right and my daughter's rights and my son's rights are not to be given up at the stroke of a pen because somebody doesn't like something or somebody feels sad. So, there were 3 people who didn't vote for this. 3 people who voted no in Massachusetts House of Representatives who had the balls to stand for country, to stand for the Constitution, to stand for the Second Amendment, and they need to have a light shown upon them. It's Peter Durant, Donald Berthium, both from Spencer area, and Nick Baldiga from Southwick. Thank you all for having the balls to stand up and do what you're supposed to do and stand for your country. Yes, we know it's Massachusetts and you're outnumbered 50-1, Democrat to Republican, but do what you're supposed to do. Thank you for doing it. Sorry, I'm getting a little emotional with that stuff. Tar voted for it. Tar wrote it. Tar wrote the Senate version. Okay, so the House version was going after everything. They were going after bump stocks, slide fires, trigger cranks, trigger jobs. You couldn't polish a trigger anymore. You couldn't replace a trigger bar. They were going for binary triggers, hellfires, you name it. They were going for it, throwing it all in. And on top of that, the House version, they wanted to get rid of high capacity magazine pre-bans, stuff that was okay to own here in Massachusetts. And that got whittled out of it at the last minute amendment. And the Senate version that Mr. Tarr wrote, that didn't have the magazine portion in it. I just got this information literally like an hour and a half ago, because they just came out of session. The Senate version didn't have the magazine ban in it, but stand by, I'll come back to that. It didn't have anything about like trigger replacements and trigger jobs. So like if you're a competitive shooter and you wanted to put a light trigger on your 22 or whatever, you could still do that. Also didn't make certain firearms used by police departments illegal. And forgot the other stuff, but that was the major stuff. Carmen, thank you very much. 7350, thank you very much. Keep up the great work. Phone and email my reps earlier today from Connecticut. Thank you. And call Esty, that ass clown, Esty. Call her tomorrow, and the next day, and Monday, and Tuesday. Keep calling them. And spread the word, please. So those were the updates from Mass. Another big update in Massachusetts is some verbiage that they tried to slip through. And when I asked my state rep about it, he was kind of shocked that I knew about it, but he told me about it. They're changing the definition. Stacy, thank you. Both versions should include national reciprocity and hearing protection. Would be sweet, wouldn't it? But I hope that's coming, but we'll see. Tracy, thank you for Patreon. Thank you very much. I smell another 1776 coming, Francis. There's a lot of people who are saying that. Rob, thank you. Thank you very much. So they were changing a definition in Massachusetts, and it says this, quote, "The term machine gun shall now include bump stocks and trigger cranks." So now, if you know what I'm getting at, this is gonna muddy the waters severely. Like, this is gonna ban semi-automatic weapons. Okay. A machine gun, we all know, you pull the trigger and hold it, fires multiple times until you let go. Semi-automatic, one time you pull the trigger, you press it to the rear, it goes off one time. You have to release, reset, pull again, okay? Now this is saying right here that a machine gun, the definition shall include bump stocks and trigger cranks. So now we're muddying the water between full auto, what a machine gun is, and semi-automatic, which is one round fired for each pull of the trigger. That's very dangerous, everybody. Very, very dangerous. And I let both my rep and my senator know that. Very, very dangerous. I don't think it's gonna stand in court, but it's got to get to court. That's the problem. That's where we are in this country right now. They're gonna pass whatever they want, and hopefully for us, it gets to court. All right. So then, after speaking with my state rep and my state senator several times, and a couple other state senators and state reps that aren't mine, but I reached out, I got a letter from Elizabeth Warren, Pocahontas herself, senator from Massachusetts. If you follow this channel, you know I write to Markey and Warren and Jim McGovern a lot. Call them out all the time. And I'm going to read you word for word. This letter is in response to a letter that I wrote to her in regards to that was actually HR 38, National Concealed Carry Reciprocity, and I sent this to her 2 months ago. 2 months ago, and this is her reply. All right. Forgive me, I'm looking over to my email on my screen. So it says, "Dear Jared, thank you for contacting me about gun violence." Yeah, that's not what I wrote her about. "I meet mothers and fathers, sisters and brothers, grandmothers and grandfathers who have lost children and grandchildren to gun violence. Communities of people whose days will forever be marked by loss. I meet them, and I promise we will not forget. The facts are simple. 93 Americans die every day from gun violence. 7 of those people are children or teens. That's 7 a day, every day. Young bodies piling up by the thousands year after year." Where's Izzy? Thank you. Shout out from Worcester. All right, man. My hometown. If 7 children were dying of a mysterious illness every day, our country would do everything in its power to stop it. We must do the same for the epidemic of gun violence. Massachusetts has some of the toughest laws in the country, but strong gun laws in Massachusetts won't stop someone from going to a gun show in New Hampshire or Maine, states that don't require a permit or a license to buy guns, and bring those guns across the state border. Congress must act. Our communities have demanded action to curb gun violence, but the Senate continues to fall short. When faced with the chance to vote in a bipartisan compromise to ensure that universal background checks prevent dangerous people from purchasing guns, something that 90% of Americans support, bullshit, a minority of U.S. senators blocked reform in 2013, in 2015, and again in 2016. I support measures to improve background checks for gun purchases, increase penalties for gun trafficking, limit the size of ammunition magazines, and reauthorize the expired bill on military-style assault weapons, 1994. I will continue to speak out and to support efforts to pass comprehensive set of reforms to reduce gun violence. There is no single solution for ending gun violence, but we must do better. We must honor the memory of those we have lost to gun violence and protect our children and families from these terrible tragedies. I will keep your thoughts in mind as I continue to look for other steps we can take. I believe that it is my responsibility as a United States Senator and as a mother and grandmother to reduce gun violence. Sincerely, Elizabeth Warren, United States Senator. Really? Boz, thank you. So if you've been following along and it didn't put you to sleep, you realize that it's just riddled with lies, and it's a sieve. It wouldn't hold water. Okay? But that's what they believe in. These sheep just eat it up. You can picture her saying it, the bobblehead, and, saying Trump sucks, and we need to stop all this stuff, and let's ban everything, but it's okay for me to just fake that I'm a Native American to get ahead. It's okay for me to just fake that I teach a class and get $300,000 a year from Harvard, but that's okay. But we don't need that rights stuff. That is the letter I got today from Elizabeth Warren. The way it's worded, everyone I get from her is worded a little more stronger. I think she's getting sick of me. What do you think? I think she's getting sick of me. But guess what? There's going to be a return letter pointing out all the facts. And screw them. I'm her boss. Everybody in this state is her boss. She works for me. She's going to hear from me. Sorry. I'm a patriot. You're not. All right. So that's off my chest. So we talked about Job Lot. If you're new. If you just come on, Ocean State Job Lot is going to help out veterans. How are they going to do this? You can buy a Totes winter jacket. The cost is usually $80 to $120. They're going to reduce it to $40. You buy it for $40. Once you purchase it, you give it right back to Ocean State Job Lot. They're going to hand you a gift card for $40 that you can use at their store at a later date. And they're going to give that coat that you just purchased and gave to the store to a veteran. And I'm challenging everybody to do it. I'm challenging you to challenge your family and your friends and your neighbors. This needs to get done. Ocean State Job Lot is going to do up to 250,000 coats for veterans. And real quick again, to show you that I'm not just somebody who talks, I also walk the walk. Here's a receipt from tonight. Once it focuses for you, I purchased 2 of those jackets and gave them right back, and they're going to be going to a veteran. And you should do that too. Okay, so a lot of bad stuff is coming down the pike, ladies and gentlemen, and they're forcing it down our throats because nobody's paying attention right now. Everybody's watching TV and looking at the 2 windows at Mandalay Bay, and that's all they're doing right now. You need to pay attention, and don't let them pull the wool over your eyes. Where can I buy a coat? Ocean State Job Lot. Their website is oceanstatejoblot.com. You can find your local store that's closest to you. Mine just happened to be in Whitensville, Massachusetts, but they're all over the New England area. And if you call them, go on their website and call them, they might even be able to work something out for you to do it online if you don't have one. Say you're in California and you want to do it. I'm sure they'll be able to work something out with you. And if not, and they're watching, you should be able to work something out, because that's a coat going to a veteran. So let's get it done. All right, let's see. You should be the president of the United States. It's funny. Real quick, I was talking. I called my state rep today, and got his aide, and we're on a first name basis. But I said, hey, this is just Jared Yanis, and I need to talk to him. I want to know how he voted on this bill. Yes, sir. As soon as he comes back in the office, I'll let him know. My phone rang, literally. It was like 5:20 this evening. And it's funny. He said, all right, Jared, let me have it. So he knew it was coming, and he knew he deserved it. And I let him have it. But respectfully, I mean, the guy's doing a good job for our area, but he screwed up on this one, and it's a serious screw up. You don't vote against our civil rights. You don't do it. So we'll talk again about that a lot. Let me see. I'll take some questions. It is we're 31 minutes into this, and I got done with all the stuff that had to get out that I wouldn't have been able to sleep unless I told people about it. Sandman, thank you very much. I lean towards liberal, but such bullshit. I'm from Springfield, Mass. Thank you. You don't, just because you lean liberal doesn't mean you don't love the Second Amendment. I mean, there are people who are conservative that don't like the Second Amendment. I mean, look at Cambridge. The whole frickin' town's full of liberal and a couple conservatives, and everybody there hates guns and hates plastic bags and bottled water and scary boogeymen and meat sandwiches and stuff. All right, let's see. Question: will I be a felon in 180 days for owning a bump stock in Massachusetts? David, I asked if it had made it to Charlie Baker's desk yet. No, it hasn't, because the Senate version was different than the House version, so it's going to be going back and forth in the next couple days to hammer it out. So everything I just told you tonight and the last 3 nights can change. I hope it does, but I don't see it coming. I don't see a change coming. But once they do agree on it, it's going to go to Charlie Baker's desk, and he's already said he'll sign it. Sorry, guys, I'm trying to scroll here. So let's go for the Supreme Court for repeal. Where's goal in the NRA? Nothing goes to the Supreme Court. It has to get there legally. So someone has to sue. Point A to point C. Thank you very much. Thanks. All you from Cambridge. Thanks. I just called out Cambridge. Thank you. No, it doesn't go to the Supreme Court. It has to, somebody has to sue the state. Like, say, whatever. I got jammed up because I had a 15-round pre-ban magazine and they just made it illegal today. I would then sue the state of Massachusetts for violating my civil rights and making it a ex post facto law. Blah blah blah. I would go to the SJC, Massachusetts Supreme Judicial Court. It's liberal as hell. They probably tell me, sorry, subject, go back home. I would appeal to the appeals court, and I'd probably be told to go jump in a can there, and then I would be able to appeal to the Supreme Court. So money, and time. David Diamante, thank you. Thanks for keeping us up to date. My pleasure. Thanks for being here. Because without your viewers, I'm not doing this. I'm sitting downstairs watching reruns of Game of Thrones and chugging beer. So, thank you. So I did say I was going to get back to the magazines, and I did forget to. But so they did take the magazine ban portion out of the House version of the Massachusetts ban that's coming. But it has been reformed into its own bill. It's going to be its own bill standing all by itself to ban anything with more than 10 rounds. So any pre-ban magazine in Massachusetts that's been legal since 1994, they're looking to ban those immediately. No grandfathering, no transfer, no sale. Has to be turned in, destroyed, or lost in a boating accident. The bill wasn't done yet. It's being formed. I am going to have that text Monday morning. Casey's Gaming Pub, thank you. Love your work. Please support Tabor News on Minds.com. Jared, you should open an account to avoid censorship for YouTube. Yeah. I have a couple accounts. If you're looking to support the channel in any way, whether it's monetarily, a business inquiry, you just want to, send me a case of fucking beer, whatever. My contact information is right down in the description of every video. My email is there, as well as a PayPal link, a Patreon link, and my Spreadshirt store. I have a couple designs that I've put out over the last year to raise funds to buy all this stuff, all this equipment. None of it's free, and I have 4 kids with autism, so I asked for help. And if you wanted to buy a shirt, they're available on Spreadshirt. My store link is in the description. Nick Carver, thank you, sir. Thank you very much. So there is an account there to help me, but YouTube's going to do what they do. It's a private company. I'm on their platform. They want to tell me to go pound sand and take their ball and go home. They could tonight if they want to. In fact, not last night's video, but the night prior, the live stream, which was 46 minutes we did together, that was already demonetized. So I got to fight for that. And that was just calling out laws. And they don't even want people to know about the laws that are taking place around the country. That's how bad YouTube's getting now. And just because I just called them out, they're going to demonetize this as well. Rhode Island, everything is legal, including AR pistols, but absolutely no NFAs. Yeah, I know. And like literally, my town I live on is on the border of Mass, Connecticut, and Rhode Island. Like I said the other night, I'm looking at relocating, but New Hampshire is looking really good. Texas, Tennessee. What's up, man? Texas. Oh, there you go. Texas loves your video. 45 guy. What's up, buddy? Let's see. Get some more questions over here on the Facebook side. David Jordan. Hey, whatever it takes, right? Need to get a Liberty Tree shirt. Time's coming. Liberty Tree shirts, you just missed that. I just did one. It was live over a 3-week period. It did close. In fact, those who did order it, thank you. You should be getting them this week if you haven't gotten it already. And the way I do it is once I put something on, like I do a campaign, once it is done, everybody gets their shirts, and then some time passes, I retire it, and I'll put it on my Spreadshirt store. So the Liberty Tree design will be there soon. But just in fairness for everybody who bought one on the campaign, I don't do it right away because it's not right. They go out of their way to purchase one of a kind, and I owe them that respect. Come to the Gunshine State. I hope you don't mean the Sunshine State, because Florida's okay. Florida's a little, depends on what part. Which part are you from? I'm not going to the blue hair part. People, watch carefully what you post anywhere. Absolutely, they are watching. And not just Big Brother. There are people who you trust, and I'm saying this specifically because it's just happening. There are people you think you trust and have your back that will take this information, no matter how legal it is, no matter how righteous it is, and try to use it against you. Yes, that just happened. So have you heard anything about Arizona? I heard your senator is an ass. In fact, I know he is, and he needs to take a flying leap. But it is a nice place. Let's see. Moved from Mass to New Hampshire 2 years ago. Best thing I've ever done. Harbor Master, what? You don't have to say the location, but geographically, what part of the state did you go to? And how are like the schools up there? That's what I'm worried about. I got kids with special needs. That's why I'm here right now. Come to Indiana. Proposed bill for. Yeah, I know. What's your opinion on Rob Portman? Gotta get out of Afghanistan. Yeah. HR 38 in Wisconsin on the border. Oh, excuse me. I live in Wisconsin on the border and work in Illinois. Cause attention to putting away the weapon in the car. Yeah. How long would you guess I'm screwed? We're all screwed for a little while, man, with this going on, with this Vegas distraction going on. Oops. Sorry about that. New Hampshire has a couple good universities. Yeah, they're still kind of young, though. One income, 4 children on the autism spectrum. College is like, I don't even know if I can. If magazine ban passes, what happens to Class 3 owners? Don't know. That's why I'm getting that text Monday from the Massachusetts one, and they didn't mention anything in that bill there about what would happen to Class 3 owners. So that's what it goes. It goes to committee, and they add all that stuff as an amendment. So nothing yet. Never go to New York with a firearm if you're from another state. First law, yes. New York. Yeah, that's how bad New York is, okay? My previous life, I was a police officer. I went to New York and I couldn't even carry at a convention I was in. Okay? Let me see real quick if there's any breaking news that I want to bring up while we're here. Talking to my reps right now. Let's see. Oh, Chris Murphy saying that the federal assault weapons ban would have prevented Vegas. No, it wouldn't have. All right, so we're 40 minutes into this. I'll do it for about 5 more minutes. Let's chat. What do you guys want to talk about? What do you gals want to talk about? Binary, good to go, or not much longer, my friend. Binaries are they're marked right now. New York has the Jets and bad gun laws. What other reasons do you need to move out? 1 o'clock tomorrow. Patriots and Jets. Ron, thank you. I appreciate it. You rock as well. As an officer, how do you suppose they would enforce the mag ban? I know that people are watching this to try to get information. In fact, when our first assault rifle ban, the re-ban, came out last July, I was immediately pointing out issues or mistakes with the Attorney General's ruling, and overnight, everything I was pointing out, not just me, like I'm the king, but those of us who knew what we were talking about were pointing out the differences. The next day, it was rewritten, and it happened 3 times. So, how would they enforce the mag ban? There's ways, but a lot of them don't know it. Enough said. I need a shoot partner in San Diego. Ron. If I could, my man. San Diego's got that weather I like all year in the 70s. I sent you a message. Read it. Jeffrey, how did you send it? On my email? If so, I can check it over here. Yeah, on YouTube. Okay. Rick Larson. You want me to read this for everybody, or you want me to read this personally? Let me know before I do anything. All right, speaking of what's progress of the lawsuit against Healy. No progress yet. It's coming in the spring. The trial. It's set for spring. Yes, here. Okay. So there is no progress yet, and Gold can't talk about it because it's in litigation. They're one of the parties, so you're not going to hear much about it right now. All right, so Jeffrey Arnold would like me to read this to everybody. This is a response to him from Rick Larson, the U.S. Representative, Washington State 2nd District. I haven't read this, so hopefully this isn't a setup because I'll find you. Dear Mr. Arnold, thank you for contacting me about firearms policy. I appreciate hearing from you about the issue. Firearms silencers or suppressors are currently legal in the majority of states, including Washington, and are regulated under the National Firearms Act, which is the biggest farce in the world, which requires approval for transfer by the Bureau of ATF. H.R. 367, the Hearing Protection Act, would remove the $200 transfer tax on firearm silencers and end the regulation of silencers under the National Firearms Act. It would also preempt state and local laws that tax or require registration of silencers. The Hearing Protection Act has been referred to the Senate Subcommittee on Crime, Terrorism, and Homeland Security and Investigations. I do not sit on this committee, but I will keep your thoughts in mind should this legislation come before the House for a vote. Thank you again for contacting me. Please do not hesitate. Contact me about this or any other issue moving forward. If you're interested in receiving periodic updates about my work in Congress, please sign up for my newsletter by clicking here, blah, 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 blah. Okay, sincerely, Rick Larson, United States Representative, Washington State 2nd District. Good response from him. But if you haven't, and I'm not taking a shot at you or Rep Larson, but this is what that letter is for. I've been doing this for years, and I'm not anybody great, but I did stay at a Holiday Inn Express once. What he's telling you is this is what the bill is. This is what it is, and it's over there. It's in that committee. I'm not in that committee. So if it ever gets before me, I'll think about it. That's what he told you. So you got to stay on him. What you need to do is find out who's on that committee, and you need to email those people. You need to call those people because that's where it sits. Okay, but at least you reached out and talked to the person, and we all in America are thankful for that. We're grateful. Let's see. New Mexico, southern part of the state. Not bad. Jerry. Love your videos. Thank you, Gerald Sims. Looking to move out of New York. Any ideas for the best gun-friendly place, preferably above 2,000 feet? Utah. Utah is extremely friendly. Christ, they're in the mountains. I know I'm missing a lot of stuff, guys. Sorry. And gals. It's tough to keep up with this, and I'm going back to try to finish reading the ones I was. Hey, what pro-gun organizations are legitimate here in Washington State? I don't know off the top of my head. If somebody does know, put it in here. I'm not sure. Cleveland is beautiful from the lakeside. Been to Cleveland quite a few times. Let's see, Arizona. Looking to move Arizona's a good place. Looking to get out of New York. Alright, let's see. Here's a good question. Mr. Mike YouTube. How can a person swear to uphold the Constitution, then ban people's rights? What should be becoming blatantly obvious to everybody is that politicians use emotion to get what they want. Okay, so Obama's administration was coming to an end. Majority of the country was sick and tired of what he was doing and stripping rights. We weren't happy with Hillary Clinton and anything she's done in the last 50 years. And here came Donald Trump. Okay, was saying what we wanted to be saying, saying things that people used to think but were afraid to say, but he was just saying it. And he polarized the voters and got the vote out and won. Okay, so here, thanks J.R. Riggs, thank you for your time, man. Thank you, appreciate it. Semper Fi. And now that they, all the Republicans were like, oh, we're gonna squash Obamacare, we're gonna fight for the Second Amendment, and we were all like, yes. And now they get in, and now we're like, frick, you guys, what's going on? That's why you got to stay on them. Let them know. Josephita, thank you for your channel on YouTube and your Facebook page. First time on your Facebook page. I'm retired Navy. Hey, brother. Great Lakes, Illinois. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your service. Happy birthday, Navy. Guns now. Oh, there's a troller. Just got here. Can you give a brief recap? Yeah, sure. Real quick. Go to Ocean State Job Lot. If you don't have one near you, go on their website, oceanstatejoblot.com. They're trying to give coats to veterans. Totes, winter jackets, they usually sell for $80 to $120. They'll sell them to you for $40. You turn around and give it right back to the company. They're going to give you a $40 gift card, so it's an even swap. They're going to give that coat to a veteran. All right. Then we went over some bills they're trying to force down our throats federally. They're looking to make shotguns and rifles, if you buy 2 of them in a 5-day period, reportable to the FBI, sort of like handguns already are. They're going to try to make nationwide anything that holds 10 rounds or more illegal, magazine-wise. And the other one was trying to eliminate online ammunition purchases and sales, just totally get rid of it. Also updated Massachusetts because I spoke to some senators and reps today, and I also read a letter from Elizabeth Warren to me, and she don't like me, but that's kind of where we are. Thank you for joining us. Steve, it's a dry heat, yeah. 120 is still 120, man. Squid here. Hey, Rob. Called me on my rips. I call me on my rips every day lately. Good. Stay on it. Because that's the only way they get the pictures, when people stay on them. It's got to be sustained. The squeaky wheel gets the grease. You have to sustain the pressure. We can't give up, and it can't be 2 people. It's got to be 2,000 people, 20,000 people. That's how we do it. You don't blame a rock for a broken window. Completely disgusting. They're picking people's rights. Yep. This is how they can do it, though. They see that people are shocked and awed, and they're going to play on that emotion. They do it every friggin' time. It's a good thing she doesn't like you. Yeah, she can't stand my ass. I can't tell you how many times I've written to her, but I can tell you that each time she writes back, it gets worse. it's gotten so bad that like McGovern doesn't even answer me anymore. And Markey, he used to, like, you could tell that him or his staff were actually wording stuff towards what I was talking about. Now they're just like, it's a cookie cutter letter. Thanks, pal. Go bite it. Would it be worth trying to get a database of people subscribed to you and organized by state to call a ring? Yeah, it would be, but I'm going to be honest with you, Rob Marks. I do not have the time, and it's not an excuse. I work minimum of 40 hours. I got 4 kids on the autism spectrum. I'm a married person. I still have to be a husband and a dad, and I honestly barely have enough time to do this stuff. And that's why 3 days in a row I've done this live stuff, because now when I'm done giving the message and talking to everybody and saying, hey, how's it going? And I shut this down, and this just uploads it automatic. I don't got to sit now and update, edit, and upload, and then disperse. So this is kind of easier for me, but it's tough. I wish I had 35 hours in a day, and I wish I could do this full time, because my name would be a lot more feared here in Massachusetts. Vote every one of these sons of bitches out of office. Dems or Republicans, yes. Go to the independent or libertarian or go home. Yeah. I am unenrolled. I'm not enrolled. I'm independent. But I'm starting to look at like the Constitutional Party, or what, I don't think that's what it's called. I got an email from them not too long ago. I want someone to just stand up for what they're supposed to do, and when they don't, they need to be a man or a woman, but that don't happen anymore. Applied for New York residential permit 6 months ago. Yeah, good luck. Don't bother trying to talk to these people, because they only think about their political careers and lining their pockets off our suffering. Yes. Majority of them, yes, not all of them. But unfortunately, the good ones tend to be swayed that way. If responsible gun owners were a problem, you'd know it. Yes, you would. Let's see. Daniel Durham. Don't know if you've already covered this, but why the hell are they on bump sticks? I've heard the vids. They're on everything right now. The rubber band issue, the stick issue, the stocks. They're looking to ban plastic and wood. Instead of what the problem is like a mental person sometimes, or a drunk person sometimes. Instead of going after the crux of the issue, they're going to look after inanimate objects made of plastic. It's crazy. Vegas happened because there are not enough controlling guns. Damn it, I did it again. Stand by. Alright, we back. Sorry about that. I got a freaking update as soon as I went to go scroll. I hit the thing on accident. Sorry. Have they banned greater than 10 round mags now? No, but they're trying again. They want to make sure citizens and militias can't have weapons that could put up a fight against what is coming soon. Yeah, just remember, like, patriots do what patriots gotta do. What bill on mags? It's coming. The number hasn't been released yet for the state level. If you give me a second, I threw it down. Online ammo. One sec, I gotta step away from the camera and grab the paper. Alright. HR 4052. HR 4052 is looking to ban magazines that hold more than 10 rounds. Transfer and possession as well will be banned. So no grandfathering. There is the federal attempt to ban anything 10 rounds or more. Jared for governor. What you carry today? Today, for a little while, I was playing with my Shield 45. How about you? What do you mean that there are ways to enforce a mag ban that they don't know? Well, if I said it, then they would hear it and would get out. Let's just say that not every person who has a gun in their possession for employment reasons knows everything they need to know to determine everything about an accessory or a firearm or a magazine. Okay, it's about as specific as I'm gonna get, and you should be able to figure it out. Walther PPQ, nice, full size 45. Love your live feed, thank you. It's very effective, leaps and bounds. James, thank you. That means a lot. That means a lot to me. Thank you very much. Member of the Old Bridge Rifle and Pistol Club. Hey, John, nice to have you here. Are you shooting this weekend? So I wanted to mention, yesterday, Eric from Rebel Silencers reached out to me on email, and he's definitely a friend of this channel. If you guys are in the market for a silencer, check out Rebel Silencers, rebelsilencers.com. He seems to be a solid person, and he's a fan of our rights, so check him out. Glock 17. It's not a pain in the ass to carry. SR9. Nice. Glock 23 Lone Wolf 9 conversion barrel. Magpul high cap mag. There's no such thing as a high cap. It's standard cap. 320 the grenade. Excuse the pen, sorry. Having difficulty with your feed now. It doesn't surprise me. 3 days going live, and as soon as people start to log on and I talk about guns and stuff, somehow my feed starts to crank out. I don't know why. Range meetup. I'd be definitely for that if you guys are in the Central Mass area. I'm talking to a couple of guys from Rhode Island. We're going to try to get together too. What's your gut read on these new bills? Chances of passing, etc. Philip. All right. I honestly don't think they have a chance for success because they're just in committee and time's going to pass, and it's got to be agreed on in both houses. And the art of lawmaking is supposed to take time. That's why it takes so long to get something passed. But the fact that they're trying means you got to keep an eye on it. Because if enough people don't pay attention, they can pass. That's why we need to stay on our reps and stay on our senators. I don't think the magazine ban, I don't think it'll pass. But have I been wrong before? Yes. So don't take anything for granted, and don't think, you know what, I'm sick of calling them. I'm sick of emailing them because nothing's going to get done. Do it. Because that's what they want. They want us to just accept the reaming. That's what they want. Second that about goal. Sorry, I missed something. I don't know where it is. Oh, here it is. We need far more active goal. Well, Goal put out some stuff today about what's going on. And don't forget, Jim, he's up at the State House while all this is going on. He's talking. He's doing the same thing I'm doing, but he's doing it better, and he's getting paid to do it. He's up there. He has the ear of reps and senators, and he gets to sit in on different committees and hearings and stuff. But don't forget, like 8/10 of our State House hates him because he likes guns. So it's a tough spot to be in. I'd love to work for him. Hey, Goal, if you need somebody who's not afraid to tell him where to go, I'm your guy. Philip, you do an incredible job on your channel. Thanks for your attitude and persistence. Thank you. I do this to get the word out, because before I started to advocate for this, I guess I'm a Second Amendment advocate, but before I started doing this, I used to do the research anyway, and I was doing it on my own and say, more people probably want to know this, and that's why I started this channel, and it's starting to grow. So help it grow. Spread the word. Get some people to join, because we all need to be on the same page. What do you think about the Glock what do you think about the Glock 19 Gen 4? It's a Glock. I like it. I like it a lot. What the hell can be done about Paul Ryan? The president can pressure him to step down. Wisconsin could do a recall. Other than that, I don't know when his term's up. I think it's next year. I think is his next year or the year after. Thought the magazine ban was done away with in a higher court. The way it was worded, yeah, but this is a different wording, and they're going to try it again. I read somewhere today that Russia was relaxing their gun laws. Paul Ryan, ugly one too. I was NRA as a kid, but I don't see them doing their job. They should be acting as a modern rider in the night screaming to arms to arms. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure I'm not the only gun channel that you watch on YouTube, and you see how the others that are blazing the way are voicing their opinions on the NRA. And I've already voiced my opinion a couple times. I think what they said was wrong. I think the stance that they took was wrong, and they opened the door that much, and this is the result of it. And now we're fighting something that we shouldn't have had to fight. Virtuous desires. Thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate your kindness and your generosity. Thank you. On the Best Gun channel. I don't disagree with you, but we got to get more people here. I don't know. I checked. It was like 30. Let me check right now. Actually, I don't even know how many subscribers I have because I don't really. That's not what I'm in it for. Is for subscribers. I'm in it to get the word out. Let's see. How many do I have? 32,664 at the moment. So if you all could help me out with that, let's try to get it to 132,664. 32K, thank you. You beat me to it, me. What's the first firearm I ever owned? That's a good question, man. Let me see. The first one I ever bought myself was a Smith & Wesson 669 9mm stainless. That was their Gen 2 back in the day. Hell of a gun. I did trade that in, and I liked it so much I bought its sister version, the 6906 and the 6946. Great gun. That was the first one I ever bought myself. Prior to that, I had when I was shooting with my uncle and my grandfather a lot. Good night, keep up the work. Scott, I'm not far behind you. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it more than you know. This all rolls back to the NRA. They gave the left foot in the door. Not going to give up that place now. Texas boy fighting back. It's a boy. Amen. We all have to do it. Okay? We all have to do it. And they give them an inch, and they want to take a yard. Harbor Master, first Leo 686. Smith's, good jobs. Yeah, those guns still rock this, nowadays. Said 5 minutes like half hour ago. Sorry. Sorry, man. I know. I apologize. I like it. I'm sorry. I'm having fun. How can I go donate to you? Do you have a Patreon? Hillbilly Forever. Absolutely. In the description of every one of my videos on YouTube, you will see 3 ways to help out the channel. Patreon, my link is there. I also have a direct PayPal link if you don't want to do the monthly thing. Also, my Spreadshirt store is there if you wanted to buy some sweatshirts, some phone cases. I even have baby onesies on there with Don't Tread on Me on them. So there's a lot of stuff there. Thank you for asking. All right. Let's see. All right, everybody. We're at 64 minutes. Thank you all. I can't tell you, this is so much more fun than sitting in front of that green screen talking to a camera. I like the interaction. I hope you do as well. I'm sorry if three nights in a row was much for you. I'm sorry. But this news had to get out. Thank you so much for your time. Please help me spread the word. If you could share this news, share this video, share this channel, because YouTube and Facebook are not letting the word get out. Believe me when I tell you that my numbers have just plummeted in the last month. And it's not just me. It's all the gun channels. We're being kept down. We're being held down, and we need your help to start spreading the word. So thank you so much. I appreciate your time much more than you know. Until we see each other again, be safe, stay vigilant, and carry a weapon. And hopefully we'll do this again soon. Thank you very much, everybody. Have a great night.